and how to find your spot in terms of what God's up to in the world around us and how He's going to use you to make eternal impact. But these next couple of times together, we're going to really do what Jesus did, and that was to get ready for what was to come. In this Master's Program approach, we're going to be talking about the personal realm, growing out of one verse that tells us the story of almost 20 years of Jesus' life. The four Gospels tell us about Jesus' time on earth, and out of 3,650 verses that are offered by Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, 3,500 of those verses are given to the 3 years that were His public ministry time. About 160 of the verses were devoted to His childhood and then landing in Nazareth when He was about 12. There's an 18-year period from age 12 to age 30 where only one verse gives us any insight about what He did while He was here. In fact, the majority of His time on planet Earth is captured in one sentence. Luke 2:52 says, "And Jesus grew in wisdom and stature, in favor with God and men." What we're going to be talking about is the way Jesus prepared for His adult life. There were four critical paths that He ran down: wisdom, stature, favor with God, and favor with men. Wisdom is about the mind. Stature is about the body. Favor with God is about the spirit, and favor with men is about the soul. And we're going to spend some time in the next few sessions talking about those four categories, not because they're all equally important. There's a disconnect between our culture and God's perspective about life. If we lined those four categories up in terms of importance in the culture, we would probably find that the physical is most important. That second to that, we would find the soul, relationships, to be the runner-up. The spirit would take last in the lineup. The mind would become important, but it's amazing how many people let their minds go to waste. Well, we're going to find that God has almost an exactly opposite approach to those. That the spirit is the most important. It's a runner-up relationship between the soul and the mind. And last in line is probably the body. We're going to start with that one this morning, though, because your personal realm infrastructure, those four elements, body, mind, soul, and spirit, are going to reflect the quality of your personal habits, the routines that make up your life. There's an infrastructure that every business has. There's an infrastructure that every community has. When you got up this morning and went after life, you probably found that there were four things that were critical for you to even make sense of the day. Power and water and sewer and roads are necessary to get up and get rolling and get where you want to go. And the same kind of importance that those constitute for your physical experience in the society, your body, your mind, your soul, and your spirit represent in terms of your life. And on all four fronts, we're going to be asking you to think about where you stand today. Are those categories for you right now in decline? Are they individually at a maintenance level where you've got just enough to offer, no more, but no less than you need? Or are you developing an expansion potential to have more physical, intellectual, relational, and spiritual capacity than your life currently requires?